Alexander the Great, the ambition that built an empire and a cursed legacy. He wasn't just a king. He believed he was a god. Before the age of 33, he had conquered the known world, yet died alone, in pain, surrounded by silence and suspicion. But what if I told you Alexander the Great's ambition wasn't just legendary? It was dangerous, obsessive, and, in the end, perhaps even cursed. This is not just the story of conquest. This is the story of a man consumed by greatness. Chapter 1. The Son of the Oracle. It begins in Pella, Macedonia, 356 BCE. Thunder cracks. A baby is born on the same night the Temple of Artemis burns in Ephesus. His mother, Olympias, whispers, "This is a sign. My son is divine." She was no ordinary queen. She was a priestess of Dionysus, a woman who spoke with snakes and claimed to dream of thunder gods. And she believed, truly believed, that Alexander was not the son of King Philip, but of Zeus himself. Alexander grows up in a palace filled with omens and politics. His father, Philip II, is a brutal, calculating ruler, famous for uniting the Greek city-states and for humiliating Olympias in public. Alexander watches, learns, burns with quiet fury. At 13, he's tutored by Aristotle. But the boy doesn't care for logic alone. He craves glory, poetry, myth. He rides the untamable horse Bucephalus. He recites the Iliad by heart, and one day he says quietly, "I shall surpass Achilles." No one laughs. Chapter 2. A military genius forged by blood. Philip is assassinated when Alexander is just 20. Some say Olympias ordered it. Others whisper Alexander knew more than he admitted. But regardless, he becomes king. What follows is astonishing. Alexander doesn't just defend his throne, he takes Asia. He crosses the Hellespont, visits Troy, offers sacrifices to Achilles. Then, like lightning, he cuts through Persian territories. Granicus, Issus, Gaugamela, victories that seem impossible but are won with vision, ruthlessness, and charisma. He burns down Persepolis, then weeps. He tells his men, "We are not invaders, we are liberators. We bring Hellenic light to the world." But in truth, Alexander is changing. He no longer looks back to Greece. He begins to dress like a Persian king. He believes the world should be one empire under one ruler, and that ruler is him. And slowly, his army begins to question, is he still Macedonian, or something else entirely? What do you think so far? Was Alexander a visionary, or already falling into madness? Leave your opinion in the comments. Chapter 3. Betrayals, Passion, and the Road to India. Alexander moves east, deeper into lands no Greek had ever seen. In Bactria, he marries Roxana, a princess of the region, shocking his generals. He begins to demand worship. Some kneel, others refuse. Paranoia grows. He executes Parmenion, his old general, kills Cletus, the man who once saved his life in battle with his own hands after a drunken argument. But amid the bloodshed, there is one presence who grounds him, Hephaestion. More than a friend, possibly a lover, the one man Alexander trusts completely. And when Hephaestion dies suddenly in Ecbatana, Alexander breaks. He locks himself in his room for days, refuses food, cuts his hair, orders divine honors for Hephaestion. From that moment on, something changes. He no longer sees the world as conquerable, he sees it as cursed. Thank the audience for staying this far. If you're still with us, thank you, because the story is only now reaching its darkest depths.
Chapter 4. The God Who Bled. In India, his army revolts. They're tired, far from home, wounded in soul and body. They beg to return. Alexander resists, but finally agrees. On the way back, across the brutal Gadrosian desert, thousands die. He pushes forward, almost possessed. Some say he walks barefoot under the burning sun as penance. Back in Babylon, he tries to restore order. He plans to rebuild, to govern, to create a new empire of mixed peoples, Greek and Persian as one. But it's too late. His closest men hate him. The loyalty has turned to fear. And one night, after a heavy feast and strange symptoms, Alexander falls ill. Some say it was poison. Others believe it was a fever, a curse, a divine punishment. For days, he can't move, but he hears everything. Who will inherit your empire, they ask? He answers, to the strongest. Then, silence. Chapter 5. The Legacy of a Cursed Legend. Alexander dies at just 32. No scars, no defeat in battle, but his empire collapses within months. His generals fight over the pieces. Roxana and her child are murdered. Olympias is hunted down, but something remains. Over 20 cities bear his name. His tactics are still studied. He shaped history more deeply than anyone of his time. Yet his tomb was lost. His body never found. Some say he was buried in Alexandria, others that he still sleeps beneath the sands, guarded by curses and forgotten gods. And his soul, perhaps still wandering, searching for a world only he could imagine. A world united not by borders, but by fear, power, and myth. Conclusion, final reflection and call to action. He dreamed bigger than anyone before him, but maybe his dream was too big for this world. Alexander wasn't just a conqueror, he was a storm, a myth in human flesh. And in trying to become a god, he lost the only thing he never truly had: peace. What do you think? Was Alexander the Great a genius or a tyrant haunted by ambition? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories from history's hidden corners. Watch the next video, because truth is always stranger than legend.